MRecktv.
What's going on? This M.Reck.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on, my brother?
All right, not bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said you was at the Diddy trial, right? That's you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you in the chat room as the debater. So we got the debater on the line. He said he was at the Diddy trial. Now fill us in, good brother. What was going on at this Diddy trial?
All right, so this is my first day going. It was day 3.
Mm-hmm.
They had given the jurors a survey with 14 questions last week. Questions asking, the 14 questions go through, have you been involved in any crimes? Have your family members been involved in any crimes? Have you ever worked for an agency that deals with any type of legal structure? Would you have a problem talking to jurors about essay, I don't want to say the word, or any of the things that, as we all have seen on the media, that Diddy has been accused of? I hear a lot of guys saying, well, it's guys, more guys than girls. That's not really the case for today. I can only speak for today, and I will be going every day. I took a lot of videos, so I'll send you a lot of the video. Brian Steele was there. TMZ, a lot of people were there. But anyway, I'll send you the footage if you send me your email address.
Oh yeah,
anyway,
no.
Getting back to it.
I'm gonna do that now. Hold on, so we don't forget. You could send it to MRecktv promo and MRecktv submissions. I'm gonna put it in the chat room. So
getting back to why it's more guys, I think it seems that people are coming in. They were chosen. It's kind of like a free fall. Like we had a guy there from the UN, and he works on international terrorism. So at the end, once they questioned him, Diddy's side wanted to get rid of him, but obviously the attorneys for the feds, they wanted to keep him on deck because this is what he does on a higher level. So they were trying to paint the picture that, listen, if we get this guy on, he won't be a problem. But Diddy has the attorney that's speaking up for him is really good, very strategic. But the first point that I was making as far as why is there so many men versus women, the women are all today, just about every woman said, I saw the video. Another lady said, the video is very straightforward. I can't get past the video. I mean, this is what every woman is saying, that they saw the video and that Diddy is pretty much guilty. And this is what they're saying.
Wow.
Open court. All the guys that were there, like, I noticed, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be negative or exclude anyone or whatever, but I noticed most of the guys were West Indian. So that was very unique as far as the men of color. I did notice that most of the YT guys were lawyers. So it seems very strategic that they're having attorneys also in the mix. So today they reach 45 people as far as the jury go to choose from. So they're going to come back on Friday to kind of boil down to get to 12 and also to get the backup jurors. And then the trial will begin on Monday.
Got you. Wow. Appreciate that.
Most of the people that were there did say that they saw the video. Most people said they saw it on CNN. Quite a few of the ladies said that they were in group chat, and that I could tell that a lot of them wanted to be on the trial, so they were trying to skirt around the fact that they didn't really know much about the case. But the judge is very shrewd, and he was asking questions because I don't think he fully believes them. So he would ask questions like the number one question that now I'm driving back, right? But I have the notes from every juror and their number and pretty much everything they said. I took very good notes. So if this was more of a planned thing, I could really give you whatever juror's position was. But I'll just give you a little synopsis of what I'm trying to express. The judge kept asking primarily the ladies can you overcome your bias after you saw the video?
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed some of the ladies would say, and you could tell they really want to be on this case. Because what comes with this case, you can get some clout, you can get a book deal. And I'm not imputing bad motives to these ladies, but the judge was saying, did this persuade you in any way in how do you look at Diddy as a monster? That was used on the first juror, and that juror's number was 29. And I'll just give you a little taste of what went down.
Okay.
That juror had worked for HBO.
Oh,
almost like a subcontractor. And this juror, they were trying to decipher, did they make any money from working on the documentary that was put out in regards to Diddy. And basically, the judge, and I want to clear that up, the documentary made Diddy look like a monster. So that's what was said according to my notes. So the juror had mentioned that, previously she had some cool water cooler talks about it, but nothing serious. So in other words, she was at work. Sometimes, you get to the water cooler, coffee, and say, hey, what do you think about this Diddy thing? She said basically that's all. That's as far as it went. But the judge was digging in deeper to say, hey, do you really have some deep feelings about this case? So that was the very first juror that was pulled up today. So you see, a lot of the jurors, the first question that they asked, because they gave them a list of people and places. So the first thing the judge is asking each potential juror, are you familiar with any of the people and places? And of course, quite a few of them would come up and they'd give a wild goose chase about. One lady said her best friend's son worked for 300. It's a record company called 300. What was it? 300
Entertainment.
Yeah, it's in the city. 300. Hold on one second. Real quick.
Got you.
300. Whatever.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Like that.
Hold on 1 second. We live, y'all. We got an exclusive, okay? Run the likes up. We live on MRecktv. The like button is free, okay? Take you 2 seconds to hit. We live on YouTube. We live on Facebook, okay? This is the MRecktv exclusive. Shouts to the debater on the line. He was at the Diddy trial, you know what I'm saying? And he's breaking it all down. So continue on, my brother. Appreciate you. Continue on.
So that was the case. They ended up excusing that particular person because of her background. Juror number 34, and like I said, this is unprepared. I just saw you live, and I'm jumping in just to give everybody straight out of the press. Just to give you a little bit before I move forward, I'll give you a little ambiance. We have in the video I'm going to send you. You have CNN, Fox, Washington Post. I got a chance to politic with a lot of the reporters. It was really cool. You have the main courtroom, and then you have the secondary one. They allow you to go into both according to how you arrive. A lot of people are arriving.
I'm losing you, good brother. I don't know. The phone got a little muffled, so I don't know if you got me on Bluetooth or speaker, but I'm losing you.
Hold on 1 second. Let me clear it. Hold on.
Run the lights up.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Is that better?
Much better, because we need you crispy. Yeah.
All right. So we had a lot of reporters in the house, CNN. We had Fox, but we also had Brian Steele. A lot of people a lot of attorneys that you would see, from other cases that are very popular. But for the most part, Diddy's whole appearance, he appeared to be bald with a beard, extremely stressed out. As anybody would be. I mean, you would imagine, if you were in the same circumstance, you'd be the same way. But a lot of people are excited about the case. Juror number 34 was an office manager at a legal aid society. So that was a big debate about how that person would be able to move forward. She was kind of slightly reprimanded because she didn't disclose that. It was brought up that she did not disclose that in her original questionnaire. So the judge was helping them to navigate about that. And they said, are you saying that she lied? Not during the group chat, but during the personal questioning. So they were trying to paint the picture that she perhaps lied about the questionnaire. And the defense team became aware of that yesterday. And she had a major in psychology. And they came down to it that the judge said that there's no basis that that juror was actually lying, because she was also candid. It was 20 years ago that she was trying to recall from. So they painted the picture that she was not, they didn't impute bad motives to her, that she withheld that information. So when you fill out the questionnaire, the judge is really holding everybody tight because they're bringing you in to question you about your questionnaire. Some of the individuals that have filled out their questionnaire have suffered from abuse. So a lot of them, when they were filling out their form, I think they wrote in that they'd rather just explain it in court. So when these individuals were pulled in, the judge was asking them, okay, you say you want to explain it in court. What's the case? One lady, they took her off record because whatever she had experienced in life was that traumatic and did not want to express it before everybody in the courtroom. So there's a multitude of jurors. I think in all today we went through about 25 of them. Quite a few of them were struck down. But in particular, the one that stood out the most was the individual that worked for the UN and worked in international terrorism. I could tell that Diddy's attorneys did not want to have any part with him at all.
Got you.
So that he was struck down in the end.
Wow. Let me ask you. So how was you selected for this juror to be part of the jury?
No, I just went in as a spectator. That's all.
Oh, you did?
I attended the Trump trial the same way. I attended his trial. I was in the courtroom. I got a chance to see him and his entourage and go through that case. So now I'm going through the process with Diddy's case. So I'll go to each day of the trial, take notes, and so forth.
Got you. I appreciate you tapping in, man. So you've been going to the trial since day one?
No, as far as this trial, today was the first day that I went into the courtroom.
Oh, today was the first day. So what's the vibe like in that courtroom? Aside from Diddy, what's the vibe like with the prosecutors, the attorneys, the judge? What's the vibe like?
The judge is really mellow type of judge, really nice guy. He comes across like he's trying to help both sides and try to move everything along. But as far as the jurors go, I would say that a lot of them are walking in and not knowing what to expect. They have never served on a jury before, so that can be expected. But as far as the reporter, there's a lot of excitement. We're on the 26th and 23rd floor. There's a nice cafeteria, so when the trial starts, it'll probably be more like Trump's trial, where we'll actually get an intermission where we can go out and get something to eat and then come back in, and you'd have an official ticket and so forth. But today they were encouraging us to stay in the building the whole time. So, I started my day at 4:00 and I'm just finishing up.
Okay. I appreciate you, man. So you giving us this exclusive information. I'm going to just call you the debater, your name online. I sent you the emails too, so you can send me those videos and them pics or whatever you got. I appreciate that. And any just matter of fact, I'll call you behind the scenes too. So what I'm gonna do, SJ's gonna hold down the show because I gotta bust a move real quick. I'll be back, y'all, in like 10 minutes, but SJ's gonna hold it down. So the debater, man, thank you for tapping in, giving us that exclusive.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for having me on.
Not a problem, good brother. Salute.
Forbidden Secrets.
How you planning for Friday? Hey.
Hey, baby.
Mwah. Toast to you, my dear friend.
A blue chinchilla drag across the floors. Her nigga been in love, but she like me more. You ain't from around here. Just passing through.
Is that right? Well, maybe I could show you how us Gary girls get down.
Thought you said this was the hood, not a war zone.
You see that? That's the demon house niggas out here been talking about.
MRecktv.